Leave now, and let your imagination take you away to a grand forest. The trees arc above you. Peering through the dense foliage, it's as if they disappear into the heights of the sky. Greens and browns surround you, peppered with the other colors of this rainbow of life. Life. That's what this is all about. The forest is so vibrant, it's as if it's alive itself. That thought has the capacity to change how we think. My name is Bryce Hodgkinson. I'm a professional life coach, and that's what coaching is all about, changing how we think. With this video, I challenge the unconscious notion that a replicable DNA strand is required for something to be considered alive, and it benefits us to believe that vast amounts of our world are living entities. Recognizing complex systems as alive allows us to be humbled by their enormity and curious. We can be drawn into the heart of what it means to be a forest, instead of putting a sticker on it. Forest. And dumbing down the concept into a single word or frozen image. If you're not yet persuaded by my poetry, I want you to know that believing a system is complex and investigating it makes us smarter. That's what social scientists say happens when a mind begins to take an integral point of view. Notes on that are in the description. Those are the stakes. Smarter. Let's return to life. I want to convince you that forests are alive. What makes something alive? I see images that are vibrant, they're constantly shifting, and they communicate. But we're growing up in a culture which requires explicit reasoning to make an argument. Reductionist science suggests the following checklist to identify something as living. I want to review it with you for forests. Life is full of specialized coordinated parts. Forests are full of many organic and inorganic pieces. Life is a sum of chemical reactions creating anabolism and catabolism. Forests have photosynthesis and fire. Life maintains homeostasis, its internal environment. Forests have many organisms which are each maintaining their internal environment, as well as physical features like trees creating wind blocks. Life grows and reproduces. Forests have many seeds and animals which are spread thousands of kilometers around the forest. They settle down and they propagate that forest. Life becomes irritated and it responds to its environment. Trees in a forest communicate to each other through their roots. If one tree is damaged, it will communicate to the other trees in the forest what harmed it. Life adapts and continues to evolve in a shifting environment. In a forest, we know there are many animals which will grow in population or decrease if their needs are temporarily met or hindered. I believe forests fulfill all of the reductionist requirements for life. They are emergent organisms, greater than the sum of their parts. Just like cells are emergent from proteins, and animals are emergent from cells, forests are emergent from the many creatures and inorganic features which embody them. When we begin to see emergent organisms from collections of other beings and processes, we get a better understanding of what it means to be that process or that forest, which is helpful if we want to better integrate our civilization with forests, and begs the question, what else can we get a better understanding of by believing it's alive? Are hurricanes alive? How about cities? Ideologies like democracy? Well, we know democracy is dead, but what about the economy? These are emergent processes, and I believe it is useful to think of them as alive so we can better understand them and inspect their seemingly organic, responsive complexity. Whether we're making a transaction at a store to buy a single houseplant, or we're making decisions as the zookeepers at the central bank. What do you think? Are cells, plants, and ecosystems like forests all alive? If forests aren't alive, I think the counter-argument requires more qualification than what's listed in our current textbooks for what defines life. Regardless of what we count of as living, I believe closer engagement with the intricacies of our world allows us to build even more detailed mind models of how it all works. We recognize the holes in our more rudimentary models and we fill them in. In a word, we become smarter. When you leave now and take yourself away through this grand world of cells, plants, concrete, and glass, I welcome you to ponder whether what you're observing is alive, a sum of parts reacting long enough to maintain its purpose so that it can grow, flourish, procreate, and adapt in this shifting world. I hope this plants a seed of curiosity, which when it grows, leaves us all smarter.